welcome to today's DIY project. In today's DIY project, we're going to be painting my countertops. So here's what our countertops look after 2 coats of paint on them. And what you'll need to do this project with is Folkart Paint by Plaid. All the links or the names of the paint will be on the blog. So there'll be a link in the description, which will be the first link. And you can see all these colors that we're going to try to use. A tip is to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and to look at different samples of granite or whatever you want to paint it look like, make it look like, and use one of those to go through and pick out your colors of paint. So we picked up the paint at Walmart. We're using a crystal clear finish to put after we do this, and then we're using some primer right here, and this is the one we've used right here. So we put about 2 to 3 coats on here. We've masked off this, and what we're going to use to put the paint on with is some paper towel, and we just used a 5-inch brush that was used for staining, which did great. It covered at 5 inches, and it was a lot better than our regular paintbrush. So that is what you will need for today's DIY project. Let's get started. So here's the first layer. As you can tell, we used cinnamon on here, I do believe, and we just dabbed it with paper towel, and you'll see your paper towel. The best thing about paper towel is that you can get a different texture every time, so you can move it, anything, you know, whatever you need, and it can just redo that. So we've spent a good 45 minutes, I would say, dabbing this on our countertop all over our whole kitchen. It is it's not a huge kitchen, but it's a decent sized kitchen. So we did that all across our countertops and on every part of them. So it took about 45 minutes, and then we're gonna get started with our second layer. So after we put the 2 coats of primer, we now have been dabbing the cinnamon from Folkart on with a paper towel. So I don't think the camera's actually going to pick up our DIY because the camera's actually looking really weird, but we've put another layer on there where it's showing just like a white spot. It's actually tan. So this is our second layer. Like I said, you can check out all the pictures on our blog, alittlecraftinyourday.com. There'll be a link in the description, and you can see the full tutorial there, but this is the video tutorial. So we are on the second coat, and we started out with a very dark, rich color. Some might consider it chili or something like that, but I think this is really going to be a mistake that looks really better at the end. So we were supposed to go with like a lighter tanner color, almost like this, a little bit darker, but we decided not to. And the Folkart color for that is cinnamon. And we just got done putting a coat of linen on there. So it looks like this. You can see that color right there. And we did that and just dabbed it around, and it's starting to really come together and look more like granite. So when you're working on the little sides here, since when they cut actual granite, you know, you go through, so just take it and just go with it, your paper towel, so just go with it. So if that made any sense at all. Paper towel is a great way, like we're using. You can see there's different textures and all of this. So we will check back here in a minute. Okay, so guys, so we've already put, I think the last time you saw this was it had the tan, and it had the base coat, which was cinnamon. So since then we've added a gray tone, and then we did an accent of black. Now when you're working with black, you might get a little overboard, so the next coat we're probably going to do is a light gray, or we might even go back to this tan color, but definitely those 2 will be our next shades. But as you can tell, it's a nice accent color, and it's starting to look really cool. I'm really loving the feel of this, and especially when we get our cabinets white, which is another DIY project that me and my mom will be tackling on, as well as a backsplash over here. So that'll be another DIY project. But okay, so now we're gonna finish off this and let this dry, and then we're gonna come back and add another 2 coats. So we're on coat number 4, and then if you count our 2 bases of primer, we're on layer 6. So we're just gonna keep on layering it up. Okay guys, what is your first thoughts? This is before any gloss or anything. We're putting the final touches on this. What we have done is we've touched up some white spots. We have added this brown. So you know how we started with that really, what I call chili colored, which is actually cinnamon from Folkart, awesome color. But for a countertop, you would think not so much. And when we picked up this color last night at Walmart, we didn't think it would go be that color. So when we started putting it on, we kept going, and it came out to be something like this. And you cannot even tell on camera how amazing this is. I'm super happy. You can look over here. This is where we've kept everything on our nice oven. And, you know, this is just so cool. I'm really loving this color, and it's just going to look so good. And we haven't even put any of the clear finish on it yet. So we're probably going to put maybe a coat on it tonight, and then a coat, about a few more coats on after we get back from church tomorrow. But as you can see, we're just putting some final touches. There's some white right there. And we will check back with you, I guess, when we're going to put our finishing coat on.